Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Jisoo, and sorry for not uploading videos last week. I was traveling Japan, so I didn't have any time to edit videos. I'm very sorry for that, but now without further ado, let's begin. So this is my first bullet journal video, and also it is my first time of actually making one. I got inspired from many YouTubers, but especially from Amanda. I'll link her in the description box down below, so I thought that it might be a great idea to make one, so I actually made one. I chose the theme of this month as travel because I thought that I might be traveling many places in July because I'm on holiday right now, so I thought the theme of travel would fit with what I'm going to do in this month. So right now I'm drawing a Polaroid camera on the cover page, and the reason that I'm drawing this camera is because when I thought of the theme travel, this Polaroid camera just came into my mind, so I thought that it would be a really good idea to draw this camera for the cover page. So right now I am drawing a monthly spread. Well, I made an initial sketch using a pencil, and right now I'm just drawing over the sketch with a pen because I didn't want to make any mistakes by misjudging the spaces I will be using for each date. And as you guys can see, I am just drawing a box on each date, and it's because I just wanted to write down the dates inside the boxes so I can easily spot the dates by separating them from what I'm going to write on each day when I have certain events on certain days. And then I wrote down the title with a black marker and drew some yellow sparks beside it to make the spread look more joyful. Now I erased all of the sketches I made initially, and I colored the top row of the calendar with a sky blue marker, which was indicating the days for each column. And I drew some postcards on top of the calendar, and it was because I thought that this postcards would fit really well with this theme of travel. And I also drew a paper airplane and its trace of flight, and also the word travel, because I just wanted to make this theme more stand out in this spread as well. So I put some shadows on the word travel using a blue marker, and the reason that I'm using lots of blue pens is because I chose this color theme of this month as a bluish colors because I thought that the color blue might feel really well with this theme of travel. And right now, beside this calendar, I'm drawing lots of suitcases. Well, I got this idea when I was Pinteresting about travel, and I thought that suitcases that are piled up on top of each other looked really cool, so I decided to just put it beside the calendar and make the theme travel stand out more with these airplanes and the postcards and all those stuff. I drew some old classic suitcases and also a zipper bag and a hat on top of the zipper bag because I thought that hat might indicate the theme of travel as well. And to just fill the top left corner, I drew some of the travel stops that are hung by a thread. And yeah, this is the monthly spread for July. And then I began to draw the mood tracker, which I think one of the coolest trackers in this month's bullet journal, because I haven't really thought of making a tracker for my moods on each day when I was using a different planner other than bullet journal. So initially for this mood tracker, I wanted to draw a huge airplane that consists of lots of small airplanes that I might be filling in the colors for each day, but when I made the initial sketch, it didn't look like the way I expected it to look like, so I changed the design to lots of hot air balloons, which I thought looked really cool and really cute, and also connected to the theme of travel. So I drew lots of hot air balloons, and for the cloud looking hot air balloons, I got the idea from Pinterest when I was looking for lots of shapes of hot air balloons, so I can refer to the mood tracker theme. So yeah, I decided to color my moods according to the blue mark scheme that I made. So light blue colors will be happy mood, and as it goes darker, it'll be a bad mood, like sad or angry or those kind of moods. So because I was making this planner on 5th of July, I colored in 5 hot air balloons, and yeah, this is the mood tracker. And then I moved on to the habit tracker, which I thought was really cool as well, like the mood tracker, because I thought it was a really good way to check my habits and really motivate myself to follow the habits and make really good habits for myself. So for this habit tracker, I drew 9 boxes because I just wanted to track 9 habits that I wanted to make. So I thought of what to draw on these 9 boxes because I thought drawing nothing on these boxes would make this spread really boring. So I thought about it carefully, and the idea that I got was a suitcase because I drew lots of suitcase on the monthly spread, so I got that idea of suitcase again. So on top of those 9 boxes, I drew a calendar of July, and for the boxes, I made it look like different types of suitcases, so this spread will look more like travel theme, not in a boring way of just simple calendar of July. So I drew the calendar on top of the suitcases, and it took me a really long time to finish this spread because I had to write down many dates of July, so it took me about 20 minutes to just finish the spread. So after finishing to write down all of the dates and draw all of the suitcases for 9 habits, I colored in the top of the calendar with a blue marker so I can easily spot the days of certain dates. And then because it was 5th of July when I filmed this video, I colored in the habits that I followed until 5th of July. Then I moved on to my study tracker. Well, as a student, I thought that this tracker will help me a lot and motivate me a lot to study more and perform better than past few days, because I can check the spread constantly and think of how many hours I should be studying more today because I might be thinking of getting better than yesterday, so I might be checking how many hours I have studied yesterday and how many hours should I study more today. So I think this spread is one of the coolest spread ideas that I got along with the mood tracker, because I think that this tracker can make me to perform better in this studying. So I made this tracker look like a graph. So on the bottom side there will be how many hours I've studied, and on the left side there will be the number of dates. So I can draw the bar graph horizontally and check how many hours I have studied. Because I thought that this spread was very empty and vacant, I decided to draw something to fill in and make it more decorated. I drew some suitcases and also a airplane and some postcards to make this spread look like really full of travel themes. Then I moved on to the expense tracker, which I also really like because I always wanted to check how much money I am using every month. So I thought that this spread will really help me to check how much money I have spent on this month and how much money that I have in remaining. So I drew this expense tracker to look like a sort of like a table, so I can write down on each row about how much money I have spent and how much money I have in remaining, and did I use cash or did I use credit card. And I also included the explanation for about using the money, so where did I spend this money on. Then I moved on to one of my favorite spreads in this July bullet journal, which was short diary. I always wanted to track down what I did on certain days, and I always wanted to write down everyday diary, but because I had that pressure of writing many things and many contents on each day, I couldn't finish the whole year and whole month writing down diary every day. So I thought that this time just writing down short diary might help me to write down diary every day, even though it can be just a line and just few words. So I thought that this idea of writing down short diary every day will be a really great idea to just keep the track of what I have done on certain days. Next, I began to draw brain dump. So, I got this idea from Amanda as well, and I really love the idea of creating a spread for putting any ideas that I've got suddenly. So I thought that this brain dump spread can really help me to not forget the ideas that I've got, and I thought that by making this brain dump it can make my brain to get more organized, because I don't really have to make myself pressurized to remember all of the ideas that I've got. So I think it was really good to make a brain dump with the theme of travel. And finally, last but not least, I began to draw the reading log spread. This spread is one of my favorite, and I've done this spread before in school days, but I haven't really finished writing reading log every day when I read books. So this time I decided to write down almost every day whenever I read books, with the pages written on it and also the title of the book and the author and summary, and sometimes even the vocabulary and its definition when I just face certain difficult words and the words that I have to remember. So yeah, I really love this spread, and I really hope that I can fill all these 9 spreads of reading logs. So this is my bullet journal flip through, and from the cover page to the monthly spread to mood tracker and habit tracker, and to my study tracker, then to the expense tracker and short diary, the brain dump, and finally the reading log. And this is all for my first bullet journal video, and thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to press likes, and if you want more study with me videos or bullet journal videos like this, please subscribe to my channel.